Hello. You're tuning into the episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's third topic, Lamar Jackson has returned to training camp. Look guys, happy, elated, so just joyous to see him back at practice, right? He's been missing, I believe 3 consecutive practices. I showed y'all what was trending online about some type of oxtail pizza or something like that, and people were making assumptions that that's where he got sick from and all this stuff. Him coming back in such high spirit, laughing, joking, seeing the kids, it alleviated a lot of the worry that the fan base was accruing for every day that he was not present for the beginning of training camp. Now, having said all that, he was escorted off the field within 1 hour of being out there. 1 hour. That is it. That's all it took. That's all I'm giving you. Heck, that's all I got. So he was, put back into the back. And look, I don't care. We know what Lamar is. We know what he isn't. The man is not a loser. And he knows his body. He trains all the time. He keeps himself in tip-top form. So if he doesn't feel like, hey, it's hot out here, I'm just getting off this thing, whatever I was going through, and I just need an hour, I'm just feeling a little, all right, you protect that quarterback. It is what it is. Jeff Zebrick even covered it, and I'll read it verbatim. If you're not following Jeff Zebrick, I like him. I like him better than the other guy. And he said, Lamar Jackson practiced for a little over an hour before heading inside with a few members of the team's athletic training staff. He looked a bit weary, which presumably was a result of battling an illness and practicing in high heat and humidity. I want to remind you, this is Lamar, the same Lamar who showed up to training camp in a hoodie. A fleece hoodie. So, yeah. He's probably still feeling the reverberating effects of whatever he was going through. And he'll get better. I don't think people should be super worried about this. Now, if it turns into something else, that's a whole different story. But as of right now, I think he's just getting over it. And everything's going to be fine. And we'll move forward as it. Another thing I wanted to touch on in today's episode outside of Lamar. The defense has absolutely been kicking in the teeth of the offense. Like it hasn't even been close. It's interception. One practice, they had 6. The other practice, I believe they had like 8 or 9. I mean, doing our offense dirty. Like ODB dirty. Like nose picking, eating your boogers dirty. And I look, I know that's part of the reason why I'm guessing it's still very early in camp, but everyone's saying, well, that's why they got that corner. They wanted it to be pretty much a no-fly zone. And then, Lamar deals with what he does with the offense. Look, Nate Wiggins, they say, is showing up. They said he's playing great. They said Marlon Humphrey's playing great. All of our DBs are balling out of control right now in training camp, and they're making Mark Andrews, all of the tight ends, receivers, running backs coming out to catch passes look absolutely innate. They look horrible. They look useless. And I said it too. I said a lot of times, and this is why I get on people, right? Because we all know Zay could be not a conventional number one, but a number one eventually with his talent. And I tell people sometimes, just like when they used to be like, oh, the Ravens' offensive line is so great. And I kept saying that Lamar makes the offensive line great because you can't over commit on your pass rush. A lot of times you have to level out, which because of that, it allows the O-line to look so much better than what they are. And listen, I watch some of these passes that these guys are making. There's no separation. None. See what happens when the corners can just pin back and say, all right, they're going to pass. They can't get open. Like, I said this before. I was watching Miami training camp last season, right? And nobody, regardless of where he was in the formation, I think except for like 2 times, out of like 60 snaps, nobody could keep up or stay with Tyreek Hill. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Oh, that's Tyreek Hill. He's so fat, blah, blah, blah. I can say the same thing about Justin Jefferson. I can say the same thing about, what's his name on the Raiders. That was on Green Bay. I know who I'm talking about. There's so many guys that I can say that with that. If it's one-on-one, it's cookies. Like, it's not even a problem. Like, it's easy work. That is what the Ravens have been missing. You see that one-on-one, that's where I need Bateman to shine. You like I'm be real with you, Zay is like a Tyreek Hill build guy, even though he's more comparable to like a Steve Smith, I would say. Steve Smith Sr., not the one from the Giants. And when I watch him, that's what he's supposed to turn into, right? Okay. Bateman is the route guy. He's the technician. He's you're getting this twing between the lanes. Filet! That's his job. If it's press, we're supposed to be looking for bait. And none of them got separation. None of them. And on top of not getting separation, they couldn't even stop the ball from being picked off. Like, they were in such compromising position, they couldn't even knock the ball down. It's like the DB would be draped all over them, stop them from catching the ball, bounce the ball up, and then continue to catch it and run it back. I'm like, bro, this is sad. So, right now, defense is absolutely crushing the off, which is hilarious, judging how, McDonald's gone, and Queen is gone, and Gino's gone, all the Clowney's gone, all these guys have left, and the defense is literally flying around there. Now it is going to be good to see how they play versus other competition. Because once again, it is nothing new. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Every offseason, we hear that the defense is dominating our wide receivers. Every single offseason. Every single one. Wouldn't you like, seriously, to hear, oh, yeah, the defense is playing great, but man, nobody can stop Jefferson. Man, the defense is flying around, but nobody seems to can stop Devontae Adams. Nobody can stop Tyreek Hill. Puka Nacua. Cooper Kupp. Like, you know what I mean? But we've never had that. And that's one of the biggest things I'm looking at. Listen, that O-line's number one, but I'm watching those receivers. You darn right. We're hoping Zay turns out to be absolutely magical. We're hoping that he turns out to be use any usage wide receiver where you can use them in slot, outside, behind the line of scrimmage and stuff, like be creative in the way that you use them. We're hoping that. But once again, it's hope. He hasn't done it yet. And I'll be keeping an eye on these weapons because, like I said before, a lot of times it's the people around Lamar that's letting him down and letting down the fan base. Because once again, you could hang all this to the coaching staff, right? The loss? Yup. Getting Lamar hurt all those seasons? Yup. All the drop passes? Yup. That's what I'm saying. So definitely looking out there, but glad we're in training camp. We're going to get to see where this thing goes. But what do you guys think? Are you worried about Lamar's health? Judging how, he hasn't been able to be on the field, and the one day he comes back, he has to be escorted off the field in about an hour and change, being out there, unable to deal with the heat, looking sick. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section, all right? But as always, this episode of the Wunderkind Show. Thank Thank you for watching. Y'all know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh, but everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You don't love the comments. And if you have not done so already, check out the TheWunderkindShow's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness way of your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR code's to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. Once again, it's The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Knuckles, signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yeah.
Finish him, Daddy.
Oh, oh.